Hi friends, and today we can discuss from the account current ICI study material illustration 2. Okay, already complete theory part related to account current and even illustration 1 by the interest table method, by the products method. So completely uploaded, so you can watch through playlist. Today we can discuss the illustration 2. Of course, unless it is separately required interest table method, definitely we have to go for products method only. So in the products method, the number of columns required like this. So date to particulars, due date, amount, number of days product. The same columns you can write in the other side also. Particularly the heading is quite important. The person who will prepare the account current and his name should be written at the end. Whose account current prepared, his name should be written in the beginning. Always while writing the transactions, you think and who actually maintaining the books, and you think that you assume that you are that person. So then it is simple to make out the entries. Okay. So first let us see that from the following particulars prepare account current to be rendered by Mr. Singh. Rendered means prepared by Singh. So and Singh is preparing means while putting the heading Singh should be at the end. He is preparing Mr. Pal account. So heading will be Mr. Pal in account current with the Mr. Singh. So you should behave like a Singh. Okay, you are Singh and you are dealing transactions with Mr. Pal. Your customer is Pal. Therefore entry will be heading will be Mr. Pal in account current with Mr. Singh. You are Singh and you are dealing transactions with Mr. Pal. So in that case you have to record all the transactions, and up to 31st August 2016 so many transactions taken place, interest 10% to be considered for every transaction, and year is assumed as 365 days, and simply calculate the interest for given transactions by the account current. Then put the heading, so Mr. Pal in account current with Mr. Singh. As I said that, so and we are Singh and we are preparing the account of Mr. Pal. Every transactions to be considered and from the Mr. Singh point of view. Okay, and we are dealing transactions with Mr. Pal. Let us see how to. Mr. Pal in account current with Mr. Singh up to 31st August 2016, 10% interest to be considered for every transaction, whether a debit or credit transaction. Right, first let us see the 2014 June 1st goods sent to Mr. Pal. Entry Mr. Pal account data to sales account. Right, the 2016 June 11th two sales and amount given 1020. Unless separate due date is provided to you, the date of transaction itself will be taken as a due date also. If separate due date is provided, that can be taken. Otherwise, transaction date itself is a due date. From the June 11th, you have to calculate August 31st. June 11th in the sense June, how many days are left? 9. July 31, August 31. Look at the total number of days. It is looking like 81 days. Multiply 1020 into 81 to get the product. Okay, then it will be 87,004. 1020 into 81, 82,620. 82,620. Come to the next one, next transaction. June 15th, cash received from Mr. Pal, cash account data to Pal. In the Pal, by cash. 2014. Actually, it is given 2016 at the heading, but while giving transactions, it is 2014. No problem. Anyone you can take it. There is no problem with year. Okay, so and this is June 15th. Cash received from Pal, entry cash account data to Pal. In the Pal, by cash. By cash. Look at how much amount involved here. 500 rupees. And from June, separate due date is not provided. So therefore, transaction date itself you can take as a due date. From June 15th to August 31st. In June 15, July 31, August 31. Totally 77 days. Therefore, 500 into 77 days, 38,500 product. 38,500 product. Come to the next transaction, June 20th, goods sent to Mr. Paul. Entry again, Mr. Paul account data to sales. June 20th, Paul account data to sales account. This is 650. No separate due date are given, so the transaction date itself will be taken as a due date. If no separate due date is given, transaction date itself is a due date. If separate due date is given, that should be taken like a due date. Number of days always to be calculated from the due date only. In the June 10 days, July 31, August 31, total number of days 72. Multiply the amount into the number of days to get a product, so that 72 into 650. The resulting amount 46,800. 46,800. Next one, July 7th, goods sent to Mr. Paul. Again, Paul account data to sales. July 7th, two sales. July 7th, two sales. Here amount involved 700. No separate due date is given. Therefore, you can take the July 7th itself. And from July 7th, in the sense July 24 days and August 31 days, total number of days 55. To get a product, 55 into 700, the resulting amount 38,500. And last transaction, cash received from Mr. Paul. Entry cash account data to Paul. In the Paul buy cash, August 8th. Buy cash, no separate due date is given. Therefore, August 8th itself you can take as due date also. The here amount involved 1100. Number of days from August 8th to August 31st, 23 days. Multiply with 23 days into 1100 to get a product. The product amount 25,300. Yes, now completely we recorded all the transactions. Once it is recorded like this, just you may close the amount column and product column. First you have to go for the product column to be balanced. It looks very clear. The debit product is looking more. Let us see the debit product total. 82,620 plus 46,800 plus 38,500. The resulting amount 1,67,920. 1,67,920. Get the products balance. This is on August 31st. By balance of products. By balance of products. 1,67,920 minus 38,500 minus 25,300. The resulting product balance of product 1,04,120. Then let us calculate the interest here. Interest is equal to balance of product by 365 into rate by 100. The rate is given 10%, 10 by 100. And therefore it would be 1,04,120 by 365 into 10 by 100. Let us see that how much by 365 into 10%. If you calculate that, and you may get it 28.526 or 28.53. That is the interest on the balance of product, 28.53. And obviously when the balance of product is written that side, whenever the amount is higher this side, balance you may write that side. So debit side is, the debit product is more. Okay, so interest also to be written in that means he is like a debtor to us towards interest. So the increase, you can make the PAL as a debtor for that. Interest is our income. Credit that PAL account debtor to interest account. So August 31st to interest. Write in the amount column 28.53. Always balance of products If it is that side, write in this side amount column. Balance of products this side, write in the interest in the amount column of opposite side. Why opposite side? If balance of products is written that side, obviously this side products is more, debit products is more. Debit products is more means, and he is a debtor to us. So how to collect the interest from him? Thereby interest is income credit, make him as a debtor. So PAL account debtor to interest. In the PAL account to interest, write in the amount column. After writing this, simply just go to the balance. Okay. So debit total amount is looking more, 1020 plus 650 plus 700 plus 28.53. Resulting amount 2398.53. 2398.53. 2398.53. 2398.53. And you may minus 1100 and 500, 1600 you have to minus. The resulting product is 798.53, which is by balance carried down August 31st. By balance carried down 798.53. 798.53. Two balance brought down September 1st. Two balance brought down 798.53. Okay, that is a balance. What I can say by this, PAL is a debtor to me at the end of the period, 798.53 for the amount of 798.53, including interest for all the transactions which have taken place during the period, whether debit items or credit items. So almost all the account current problems to be carried in the similar way. Very simple and easy to handle. Remaining problems related to account current we can discuss in the next class. Okay, bye.